Wagwan people, welcome along to another Fourever Arsenal. We are joined by our esteemed panel, Lee Judges, Curtis is in the building, Jack, and you were late today.
Sorry, what was
And,
that?
and you tried to you tried to do a tie, blame the weather on it, right? And it's not even snowing or nothing outside. What's the excuse?
You see, sometimes the weather, like in where I live, is a bit different to here, you know.
What, Greenwich?
No.
Oh boy, it's not like it's, you know, a million miles away, is it?
Arsenal Liverpool, was it? Was it the game last night or something? We didn't talk about the game, or?
I don't know. Is it worth talking about it?
Yeah,
but no, we should talk about it. It ended 0-0. Arsenal, of course, before the game had a chance to go 8 points clear. It's now 6 points clear, which is still not the worst. But I don't know about you guys, man. That game was dead, man. That was like. I was expecting, I got fooled. I thought we were playing the old Liverpool. You know, like when Liverpool, heavy metal, they're going to come, it's going to be back and forth. They didn't. They came to sort of survive. And then we didn't, you know, again, it was just like a low block and we couldn't break it down. We looked tired yesterday, man. We looked out of sorts. I was kind of surprised. I thought we'd be...
You just keep, that's it. You keep making excuses, like, you know what I mean.
That's not an excuse.
The real problem.
That's not
the real problem.
What's that?
The manager. The real problem.
Well, you were getting so carried away.
The real problem. His tactics and all that, like.
Here he goes again.
The real problem.
I'm not having it on the manager, but
I'm having it on the manager. I'll tell you this now, right? I believe this because my mate said it as well.
Who's your mate?
I'm not going to mention names. If Manchester City would have won the night before, Arsenal would approach that game differently. Arteta would approach that game differently. It was like, for me, we'll keep it at 6 points. I'm not going to gamble. We don't want to lose this game, like, you know. I watched him yesterday every single time. He gets the we lost the ball. He's getting the players back. Even when we got the ball, keep back. What was Declan Rice and Zubimendi doing in that game? Picking the ball up from centre halves, playing in between the two centre halves. No. Weren't the same Arsenal that I've seen.
That's how they always play.
Huh?
That's how they've been playing all season.
No. Where was Declan Rice winning the ball in their final third? Every time they got the ball, we dropped back. Every single time. We never attacked it. Never got involved with them in the midfield. We never pressed them like we normally do. Where was our press in that game? Like, you know what I mean? Wasn't there. And then you go, right, it's not working. What are you going to do? All right, I'll bring on my £115 million substitutes with 10 minutes to go, right? You know, no faith in them, like, you know. And also, like, you know, someone said to me today, I've coming up on a train, he was a little bit harsh, you know what I mean? He made attacking subs. So did, Cecil said that yesterday. Like for like, why with 10 minutes, 15 minutes to go, don't you put two forwards up front? Why don't you put Jesus and Gyökeres up front, like, you know what I mean? 5 points if we lose that game, 8 points if we win it. It was such a big thing yesterday, and there was never no ambition about winning that game yesterday. It was all about make sure we don't lose, and I think that was on the manager yesterday. Like, I've got to say, the way we set up. He tells me to get there early. Get there early, like pissing down with rain, get there early, and he puts out that performance. I'm really disappointed with the way we played and the way we set up yesterday. I really was. And to make it even worse, that's a Liverpool side that are poor, right? I've now gone to Anfield and I've now gone to the Emirates and I've seen us play them twice. The worst Liverpool team that I've seen in 5 years, 6, 7, 8 years, right? And in 2 games, not really give it a go against them attacking. I understand it at Anfield, I get it. But to do that again yesterday, not really go for it, I'm sorry.
Your manager told him not to go for it.
I don't. No.
No, that's not what you're saying.
He turned around yesterday. He's at his feet. Right. What we do here, lads, is we do not lose this game. Whatever, by hook or by crook, we don't lose this game. What about winning it, boss? No. We make sure we don't lose it. And that was the attitude yesterday.
Ridiculous.
No. Well, you defend it. You defended him.
No, the performance I'm not defending. The performance was poor. But you cannot tell me, right, that, you know, for starters, right, that's how we play every, like, when you talk about...
We pressed. I'm sorry, where was the press?
We sat off them.
No, listen, we were poor. Don't get me wrong. I don't think that's a manager
So we set off every time. Every time they get the ball, we all drop back.
You're saying, oh, he's on the sidelines, tell him to get back. He does that every game. Every game. That's one of the things.
Yeah, he does. It's
one of the games. That's one of the things.
Technical area every minute, winding officials up all the time. Do you see the official?
He got booked as well.
Telling him all the time.
So
what? When we played Aston Villa, right? When did we drop off like we did yesterday? I see us winning the ball high, going into them.
Yeah, we played a lot better. Well, we played a lot better. It was a lot different because they didn't sit in a low block, right? So it was a little bit more easier to play our game, right? It was a little bit more easier to do what we do because, you know, a bit like when Man City came, they really played in a really deep block. It surprised me how I shouldn't have been surprised because, and I understand it with Liverpool, they got a lot of players out injured and stuff like that. Rob. But listen, right?
No, if you've got options up front, stop them.
When you talk about, he bought on attacking sub, and it worked with 10 minutes.
What attacking sub?
I just looked on it.
What attacking sub?
Gabriel Jesus is an attacker.
I know.
Eze's an attacker.
Did he take a defender off? Did he take a defender off? We're at home. We're at home, 0-0, 8 points up for grabs to go in front of
rubbish.
No, I ain't.
He bought on Eze. He's an attacker in player.
And took off Odegaard, right? Like for like.
Come on. 12
so should take off all the defenders, should he?
No, I'm not saying.
So should he have took off then? Who would you have took off?
I would have took off one of the two holding midfield players, either Zubimendi or Rice, and put on an Eze, or
took off Rice.
I'm not saying Rice or Zubimendi like that.
Right.
Or do what Arsene Wenger used to do and use it like put a couple more attackers on.
Hold a minute, Curtis. You just said Odegaard had a really poor game. So did you, but you want to leave him on?
No, I'm not saying leave him on.
You just said take Zubimendi off. Make your mind up, man. You're all over the place.
No, I'm not.
You just said.
I'm saying take a striker. You got Gyökeres. Put him on. Put Gyökeres up with another striker. Gyökeres and Jesus. Why don't you do that?
Everybody in the game is saying Gyökeres has had a shocker, but you want to leave him on. Come on, man. You've got
to score a goal, Rob.
That's why he bought on Jesus in the 68th minute, not the last 10 minutes like what you just said. He bought on Martinelli, he's an attacking player. He bought on for Trossard, who was having a poor game. He bought on Madueke,
who livened it up, by the way.
Who livened it up. Madueke livened it up, put a great ball into the box, right? Why can't the players take up? These are attacking players. He's refreshed it up with attacking players. Look on it and say, you can look on it and say, that's a shocking performance. I get you. Poor performance by the team. But you can't look on it and say it's all his fault because he deliberately sent the team out there to
I don't think he's saying.
Come on, man, that's rubbish.
Let me just say, for me, like I honestly think, and we did the watch along the night before, we're all excited, blah, blah, blah. The biggest obstacle in the way of us right now is our manager. I'm sorry. It's almost like we're waiting for Manchester City to keep stumbling and then we're going to take advantage. You have to win titles. You have to grab opportunities.
Right.
I can understand Arsenal drawing a game to Liverpool. That's not the end of the world. They're a good team. Where was the intent?
I agree.
And as Lee's saying there, you're saying bringing on Martinelli is an attacking change. It's predictable. Every week Trossard for Martinelli, Jesus for Gyökeres, Madueke for Saka.
So who would you have bought on then?
No, what Lee I think is alluding to there is do something different.
So what would you have done last night? So would you have left Gyökeres and Jesus?
Why not? Why not? What's wrong with that?
I don't believe
it. Because you do that. When you go,
Gyökeres is having an absolute shocker.
So give him some help. You don't always have to take him off.
Gyökeres is having an absolute shocker.
Why is he having a shocker?
Right. To me, two things. He didn't play well.
Yeah.
And two, there was no service to him. So there's two things, right? So for me, first of all, right, there's no service to him. So I've been thinking as a manager, I've been thinking, how do I get more service into the players? Let me bring on Eze. Because he's more of a creative
12
player,
minutes,
right? But he's made a positive change. Trossard is having a poor game. I know I've got a player that can really impact games. He actually did create a little bit of an explosion, Martinelli. It's just his final ball was poor.
He was about as good as
his final ball was poor, wasn't it? Right? That's not the manager's fault, right? That's the player's fault.
Why don't you do something different?
Madueke came on. I thought Madueke had a good impact, put a great ball into the box.
Where's the
Hit a great corner at the end to possibly have thing.
Where's the forwards? when that great cross comes in.
You know what?
What other forward would you put on?
I agree.
What other forward would you have put on?
I agree with Robbie. I think the
sorry to there, Jack. The first half, there's a ball's gone into the box. The forward you wanted to leave on, he didn't attack it either.
Well, listen,
he was having a shocker. He had to bring him on.
My point is, every time a player's having a bad game doesn't necessarily mean you've got to take them off. Sometimes you've got to adapt. We're so predictable.
Yeah.
For me, yesterday, Slot outdid Arteta tactically. He turned up with no striker.
Yeah.
Salah, his best players at AFCON, he had a right-back, right-wing, who was roasting us. His end product wasn't good enough. Florian Wirtz, false nine, and an out-of-form Gakpo. And they were as comfortable as anything in possession.
I agree.
We dropped off them. I thought it was at Anfield.
I agree.
They was going through the game.
I agree.
Arteta,
I agree.
Listen,
I am telling you.
You haven't said one thing about the manager. All you've spoken about is the players.
No. Listen, I'm saying the performance was not good, right? The performance was not good. But the way he's just come on, everything's on the manager. I don't agree with that. The man made attacking subs, right? And you're a flip-flop because then you come in.
Thank you.
You are. You are.
I'm not. I know I am. I don't care. I don't care if I'm a flip-flop.
To me,
why has he not put two strikers on in a game when it's 0-0?
Do you not think we should have gone for that game a little bit more?
Of course I do.
So why? So you did.
Why wouldn't we go for it then?
I think we did go for it. I think the players. I think we did go for it. I just think that the players that came on, apart from Madueke, I don't think they've done their job. I don't think they didn't make it. They didn't have an impact.
Do you know second half?
And the players that started the game,
they were poor.
Didn't have an impact. They were poor all round. And we're talking about players that perform week in, week out. Guys like Declan Rice, who was brilliant in the last game, he didn't perform. It was a flat performance all round. That's all. And I made the point when I did my fan cam yesterday. And people probably want to say, excuses or whatever. I saw flat performances literally from every team. Is that all of the games over the Christmas period catching up with a lot of teams? I saw City. Just to go to your point when you say it, right? City the night before, chance to put pressure, serious pressure on Arsenal. Yeah? I watched that whole game. I watched the whole 90 minutes of that game. They were lucky they didn't lose that game. They should have been. Hold on. Right, but you can draw comparisons with teams.
Brighton had a bit of ambition.
Hold on, because they're also going for the title, right? They didn't show enough ambition. That game started off, Brighton were all over them.
I'm talking about Brighton.
Right, hold on. Brighton should have been 2-0 up, right, before they got their penalty. City looked flat. The whole game was flat.
No, but they created chances,
Let me say, right, the whole, but Brighton weren't sitting in a low block.
No, they weren't.
Brighton was attacking. But
we've got to figure out a low block.
So you've got to do something different then,
and then the same thing in the Villa game against Palace. Palace sat pretty deep. Villa struggled. Is this a lot of the games over the Christmas period catching up with teams? Because the performances I saw from the three teams that are going for the title, all three of them look really flat. But I'm not even completely using that as an excuse. I'm saying that those players yesterday did not show the intent. I don't think.
Nor did the manager.
I don't think Arteta sent them out and said, "Yeah, guys, a draw's good."
No. Jack, I know you want to come in. Let me just finish this point. Number one, Aston Villa are not in the same boat as us. They're overachieving. I don't want us to compare ourselves to them. City have got 4 of the last 5 titles. If they don't win a title, let me just finish. People were saying we've got the strongest squad. We haven't won a title for 20 odd years. Go and show intent, Arteta. I'm not saying he set the team up to draw. I'm saying when the game was in the balance, he didn't do anything different. You could have predicted before the game Trossard for Martinelli, Gyökeres for Jesus. So if we
did not do that against Villa?
But we played well that day. We weren't playing well yesterday, so you got to do something different. He can't keep doing the same thing. Chelsea away, 10 men will go through the motions.
So what would you have done? Can I ask you, what would you have done?
There's a number of different things he could have done yesterday. He could have put Eze with Odegaard and gone with 2 creative midfielders. As you said, we're not creating enough. He could have put Saka on the left and put Nani on the right. He could have put 2 strikers up there. There was multiple things he could have done. He did the same thing and he got the same result, and we got...
So you would have put Saka on the left.
Why not do it?
In the second half, the game was out.
What did Martinelli do?
He said earlier.
What did Martinelli do?
He don't know before a guy comes in.
That is what he's paid.
Do
millions
something different. Come on,
He's paid millions to sort out, to do a low block, get a low block. Liverpool yesterday played with no ambition to win a game of football.
So Martinelli this season, when he's come on, has made no impact.
In the
waste
Prem,
of time.
he hasn't been
Hold
great.
on, waste of time.
I'm
Don't
not
bring
saying
no one said that.
Martinelli up top with. Put Martinelli up top with Gyökeres. See if they could get something off.
You got Martinelli, right? He's made no impact this season. It'd be a waste of time. We shouldn't even be in the team then. Shouldn't even be in the squad.
Who said that?
Well, that's what you guys are saying. Move Saka
we're not
onto
saying
the...
that.
Saka,
Do something different.
Saka, who you said was, before we started this show, you said Saka's piss poor. But now you guys are saying move him
No,
over
I
to
thought
the
it was
left.
good first off.
I see
You're putting words
in
words
people's
into our mouths here, like.
Right, so what would you...
nasty piece of work, like. You know what I mean, right? At the end of the day. Look at him over there, like, love it. I said at the end of the day, started off well, upgraded. Second half, piss poor. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, spoke for 20 minutes.
Come on, Jack.
Tell us what you think.
Right,
Sorry.
I just wanted to say, I agree with both of you, both of the points that you're both raising. Lee, I've sat on with you every show and agreed with pretty much everything you said. I blame the manager for Chelsea, for Aston Villa, for sitting back, for being too cautious. Last night, I just can't blame the manager fully. I think, like you guys said with the subs, I agree with you 100%. Why are we doing like for like every game? Why we, like you just said, we know Gyökeres is coming off. Don't have to look at the subs board. We know Jesus is coming on. I agree with that wholeheartedly. But my point last night was, I think it's on the players. I think it's 100% on the players. They show nothing. We're ready to go 8 points. I don't care I don't care if you're the manager, Lee. It doesn't matter who the manager is. When you're on the pitch, when you're Lewis Skelly getting skinned down the wing every single time by a right back, I don't care if you've been in and out of the team. You're a left back who's played at the Bernabeu. You should not be getting skinned by a right back every single time he gets the ball. Gyökeres, I'm not going to say anything. That's all I need to say. Gyökeres. Saka. Saka's got credit in the bank like we were talking about. But apart from that first half where he did have Kirkes on the ropes a few times, he stopped. So like you said, okay, Saka stopped working on the right. He is one of our best players, so we don't want to take him off. What can the manager do? And that's where I think Arteta can go, I need to keep Saka on the pitch. Why not try something different? Put him on the left. He has put him on the left before. And Madueke is probably the only player that I thought, including the subs and the starting 11, that came on and actually showed, I want to win this game.
I agree. I
just
agree
don't think it's all on the manager.
Right? So what I'm saying is, right, at the end of the day, why did those players not perform this? Why did those players...
I think they were nervous.
When Liverpool got the ball, why did those players automatically drop back?
I think they were nervous.
Why did they do that against Liverpool at Anfield? Is that something that they've not been told?
Anfield, Arteta, 100% agree with you, because the way we set up from minute one...
Anfield was Arteta.
Why did he do it? Why did they do it last night?
But I don't think it was. I generally think that the players weren't good. Like that second half, we had
I agree with that.
In the 80th, I think the 70th minute, we had 26% possession in that second half up to like the 70th minute. That could not solely be on the manager. That's players not winning their duels. That's players not being in the right position. That's not players not going for it. There's times when the ball's going up to Gyökeres. He had
Did we really go for it last night, Jack?
No, we did not go for it.
That's what I'm asking.
And I agree with you that it's the manager's got to stick a fire up him to go, and that's the job of the manager. Why he gets paid, he's got to be the one to sit there and think, why are my players not up for it? In my opinion, the players look nervous. I think that's the first time.
Nervous? What, nervous in January? Might as well give it up then.
Exactly. And I'm saying that's not a good thing.
If you're nervous now, you might as well give it up then.
I agree with you. It's shocking. It's shocking. All the players, from Rice to Saliba to Saka to whoever you want to name, every single player on the pitch, they were getting the ball. I think the first 10 minutes, Gabriel had a bit of a shaky pass. That's our warrior. That's our rock at the back. He looked a bit shaky in the first 10 minutes. I'm saying to you, the players on the pitch, yes, part of that is down to Arteta, because he's the one that's got to get them motivated for the game. He's the one that's got to get them, it's only January, why are you worried now? If you're, like you said, if you're worried now, give it up. We might as well give up now. But the players have got to take some responsibility. Declan Rice, been the best player in the league all season. He got schooled last night. He got schooled. Gravenberch was turning him. He wasn't winning the ball.
How is that on Arteta? He won one tackle yesterday.
Exactly. And how is that on Arteta?
Yeah,
because he was told. I'm not saying he
was told to do that.
He wasn't told. He was told to drop.
I agree with you 100% on Arteta's
tactics. So if you're being told to drop, you can't engage. So you're not going to win tackles, right?
Do you think, right? Like, today, like they probably do. They probably do a debrief, innit?
Yeah.
Right. So, do you feel Arteta's going to go into that debrief this morning and say, "Well done, lads. You carried out my instructions perfectly. That was a great point last night. Well done. We move on to the next
I don't think
game."
he's disappointed.
Do you think that's what the debrief is going to
be? This is what he'll go. He will go into there and go, "I'm really sorry, lads. I concentrated on the firework display and the way I wanted to get the fans down and everything, instead of concentrating on winning this game of football."
So you can't answer it properly.
No, I'll tell you what he'll do. Listen, I believe, right, that Mikel Arteta has looked at the bigger picture yesterday and thought, like, do you know what? If we don't lose this game, right, we're still 6 points clear, right? The teams below us are not as good as us, right? That puts Liverpool out of it now, like, you know, because if Liverpool come there and win, there's a chance that they could be back in it, like, you know. I'm actually not that fussed about that point. That's what I think, right? And it might well be that's the case and we'll go and move on from there. Like, I don't think we've done I looked at that game yesterday, I don't think as a team, as a manager and as a football club, that was a good enough performance.
None of us do.
For a team that's going to go convinced it's going to win the title, that weren't there. But I look at it and I'm hopefully looking at the bigger picture and saying, do you know what? I felt like when we went to Anfield, don't want to lose, but we did lose. This one here, it was more important not to lose that game than to win it. That's not criticising the match. That's what I feel.
I think he wanted to win that game. He knew the significance.
Listen, he wanted to win.
I think he knew the significance of that game. If we win that game, right, we're looking really, really good, right?
So why didn't he go?
Right? I just feel the players let him down. I really do. I don't think.
We didn't go for it.
I don't think. You know what I mean? I think at the end of the game, right? If I would have seen him making negative substitutions, I'd agree with you. But he didn't. These are positive substitutions that he's made. He's bringing on players to impact the game. They didn't, apart from Madueke. He was the only one for me who came on and had an impact. The other guys who came on, who in the past, and this is the thing, right? This is the thing. There's evidence throughout this season to say that Martinelli's come on and impacted games, that Jesus has come on and impacted games because he did against Wolves. He did against, what was the other game the other day?
He did Man City early in the season.
Yeah, right. He's impacted games, right? We know Madueke's impacted game. We know Eze's impacted games, scored winners, things like that. So he's brought on the only other sub that he made, Mars Lewis Skelly, was forced upon him because of injury. So the players that he brought on that weren't forced upon him were all attacking players that came on for players that were underperforming. Gyökeres was not performing. He didn't look like if you'd have left him on for another 90 minutes, he wouldn't have scored, right? Odegaard wasn't having his best game, right? Yeah, I mean, the whole host of those players. So he's brought on, he's freshened it up. He said, right, you guys go on, liven up the thing, man, let's get a winner. They didn't deliver. Apart from, as I said, I thought Madueke did all right when he came on.
That's on the players.
That's on the players. Sometimes some of these players have to take responsibility. I mean, Lee, you play football and you play football, Curtis, right? You know sometimes, for some weird reason sometimes, teams just don't turn up. I've seen it, you know, I know this is a completely different level, but I've seen it in my son sometimes when he's been playing academy football and that, and they're playing against teams, they're miles better than them. They've been smashing teams every week, and then inexplicitly, whatever that word is, I can never pronounce, right? For some weird reason, they'll just have a game where it's just like, yo, come on, what's going on? And it seemed like that to me last night.
You can't have that on the biggest stage.
I was just like, last night, I was expecting, where you say fireworks,
got fireworks
I was expecting fireworks. I was like, where are we?
So
I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed.
70%, Rob. 70%.
I think the players, man,
right, that have gone to Fulham 4 days ago, right, and it's been a dogfight, right?
Yeah. But you see, the thing is, right?
How comes you've allowed? What you're saying? The players have allowed them to have 70% of the possession.
I feel that the players as well, right? It's almost like they got caught by surprise, right? Like a bit like I did, because how Liverpool played against Fulham, and maybe I was stupid to think that, because how Liverpool play against Fulham is not how they're going to play against Arsenal. How most teams are playing this season against other teams is not how they're going to come and play at the Emirates. They know the Emirates is a fortress. They know Arsenal have lost no games.
They had no weapons as well.
I know, but they know. They
did play well.
They know that. They know.
They would have played like that. Listen, but if they had the weapons, they'd be even more.
Liverpool are coming to the Emirates, right? They know, right, that no team's won there this season. They know that when teams have tried to step on the front foot against Arsenal, like what Bayern did, they got smashed. Like what Atletico did in the second half, they got smashed. Like what Villa did, they got smashed. So they were quite within their rights to come and be very pragmatic. They didn't have a shot. You know what I mean? They had lots of possession in the second half. They didn't have a shot on target in the whole game, right? But they got what they wanted, right? But the emphasis was on our players to show a bit more bravery and go and step on that like individuals. And I just felt last night individuals didn't win their battles.
You know
They
what?
were just
As I've said a lot of times, this team is not built for individuals. It's a collective.
Yeah.
We spoke about it.
No,
the
but I'm
other
on
week.
about
I know what you're
individual
saying.
battles.
Individually, you got to turn up and win your battles, but it all feels very systematic. Our goals are very planned. The ball goes out wide. Sturridge was talking about in the studio yesterday. He goes, Arsenal don't create hardly anything centrally. Everything goes out wide. And I felt we lost the midfield battle yesterday.
Yeah.
I thought Liverpool, they packed the midfield. Wirtz was false nine. Gravenberch, all them guys, they look very comfortable on the ball.
We didn't even do much out wide.
And I agree with you that I do think the players, as a player, you shouldn't rely on a manager for your performance. But I just don't think Arteta was saying, like with his actions, come on, let's go and win it at 0-0. I think he was saying, if we can win it, we'll take it, but we're going to make sure we get out of here with a point.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes you got to roll the dice and go, I'm going to gamble here. It might expose us a little bit defensively, but they've got no Ekitike, no Isak, no Salah. I'm going to trust our defenders. I'll throw a Jesus up there with Gyökeres. Surprise people, because I'd be surprised if I saw that, but why would I be surprised? You've seen managers in the past, you've seen Ferguson and these guys stick another striker up there, launch it in, Alisson came off that pitch. I can't remember him making a proper save.
He had nothing to do.
There is a theory with Arteta and like they believe in what they do and it will eventually they get something from it. And most of the season, we have done that.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like this, I'm sitting here, other games this season, but we'll get a goal in a minute, we'll get West Ham, we'll get a goal in a minute, we'll get a goal in a minute. What I see yesterday, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I actually see a completely different Arsenal to what I've seen all season. I've seen Arsenal go out there and then all of a sudden drop back. And at the end of the day, they was never going to score Liverpool because we was never going to let them score. You know what I mean? And there was more emphasis on them not scoring than us scoring.
That is how he plays, isn't it? That's also one thing you have to remember, right? Is that, and that's one of the reasons why we are where we are this season, is that Arsenal are a very, very difficult team to beat, and it is built upon that.
Yeah.
Right? So we can't get away from that. But my thing is, he still sent the players on to get the job done up front, and they didn't deliver.
I agree,
came
but
on
the
and they
last 20,
flopped.
the last 20, like Lee's talking about, I think that I would rather know that we're 5 points clear and we lost last night instead of 6 points. Because we
you wouldn't.
No, I would. If we were 5 points clear instead of 6, but last night we chucked on 4 strikers, peppered Alisson and accidentally got caught on the counter in the 91st minute.
It'd have been a meltdown.
Yeah, I would have been gutted. I would have been gutted that we lost. But it's 1 point difference. But if we won from doing that,
8 points.
it's
That's
8
the big
points.
thing. That
And
is
it's
the
like,
big
you can draw 3 games in a row, you get 3 points.
True.
If you win 1 and
Very
lose
true.
2, you still get 3 points.
That's very true.
And
But
sometimes we need to think a
But
bit
if
more like
we
that.
would have went last night,
If we lost,
and
we'd all be
that
angry, of
game,
course.
I don't care if we put 10 forwards on, and we lost that game, it would have been an absolute meltdown today.
There's a meltdown anyway.
Let's be honest.
there's a meltdown.
Listen, I was upset last night. I woke up this
How many
morning.
more
right?
times are you going to be happy with points?
Bro,
Chelsea
I'm not-
away,
Chelsea away.
Did you just
know,
say what I said?
You went celebrating after
Did you-
the
did you-
Chelsea
did
game. You're celebrating again over Liverpool.
Who
When are you
celebrated?
going to be happy?
he's not
When are you
celebrating.
going to be happy?
You saw me do my video last night. I weren't
I
celebrating,
see
right?
you do,
But I told you to calm down.
Road, like we've got a point,
I was not celebrating at all, but I'll tell you one thing, right? I would rather that point than we would have gone gun-ho, right, and be 5 points, right? And then it would be an absolute meltdown. The sensible thing now, listen, we're 6 points clear. We've come out of the Christmas period, and I wanted 8 points, because 8 points
Is massive.
That's huge.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we didn't get it, but we're 6 points clear. Remember, a few weeks ago, the other time you was in a meltdown, yeah? We were 2 points clear. And you said it's done. I remember it's done, Robbie, it's done. Yeah? Is it done now?
I do believe,
Is it done?
right? I do
Where
believe.
you at now?
I'm saying that I believe that Arsenal are the best team. I've said it all along. Are the best team in the league, right? The reason we won't win the league is because of Mikel and the way.
So you don't think we'll win it? No, you just said it, innit? You don't feel winning.
I don't think 6 points is enough.
It's not. It's definitely not enough. But
No, hold on. You don't forget about that. So I'm just saying. You said you don't think we'll win it.
I didn't say that. I said
No, you did say
if
that.
we're not going to win it.
No, you just said that. You said
If we're
that.
not going to win it, I'm not sitting there going, "This is it. We've won."
No one said that. But you just said.
I'll tell you what. When
You just said we don't win it.
When we was going in 2004 and 2002, when we was a point behind and that, I was confident of winning it, right? Because we had a manager that knew what he was doing to win titles and all that. I'm a little bit worried about what I'm seeing with Arteta. Like, you know
there's
what I mean?
concerns. Obviously,
There's
you're concerned.
That's all I'm saying.
But no, that's not what you're saying. Because a minute ago you said you don't think we're going to win it.
I said I don't. If we're not going to win it, it's down to him because we've got the best team. I don't care what anybody says. We've got the best squad. We've got the best team, right? So it's about a manager now being a little. I think he's got to trust his players. He's got to trust his attacking. We've got the best defence in the league, by the way. Trust them.
We can talk about trusting players, but okay, tell me one thing Eze did when he came on last night.
Oh, come on, he got 12
Yeah,
minutes.
but what did he do?
Talk about Odegaard.
I agree. Odegaard was losing duels to Wirtz. Odegaard was getting bodied by Wirtz. Wirtz I've seen get bodied the entire season, and there was a point where Odegaard tried to turn him and got muscled off the ball by Wirtz. And at that point, I thought, Jesus, that's our captain getting thrown on the floor by Wirtz. Not good enough. But my point is, we're asking him to make these changes. But 12 minutes. Show something.
Why couldn't he have done it after an hour?
4 games.
Why couldn't he have done it after an hour?
We all saw that Odegaard wasn't playing well.
After an
He
hour.
made those early changes. And I said, when he made them changes, I went, I knew he wouldn't take Odegaard off early because he's his captain. Have you ever seen a captain get substituted as much as Odegaard? Nearly every week
No, that's
he gets
true.
dragged.
That's true.
Yeah, but he plays a role where he's a more of an attacking role. Sometimes you go a little
does,
bit
but if he was
defensive,
if he was playing that well, we didn't used to take Alexis Sanchez off every week, did we? Because you knew I'd better keep him on the pitch in case he does something.
I think there was no one else either.
Yeah. He had his dogs there probably watching as well. But
No, I understand why he takes Odegaard. I don't think it's a criticism.
I just think that every time we get the opportunity to go and get that breathing space, we go, oh, we're not quite. If I'm Manchester City this morning, I'm waking up, Pep and their players, I'm waking up going, we can still get these. Semenyo's just been announced. Now they're going after Gay. You're giving them that
Give
thing
them a
to
little
say,
bit of
go and
encouragement
get
to hold
it.
on
We've
to,
still
yeah.
got to play them at the Etihad. I'll be honest with you, I'll say something a bit controversial. I think Man City are still the favourites to win the league because of the manager. Because of the manager. I think if our manager had a different mindset, we could pull away from them because this is a flimsy Manchester City defensively. Still got a quality attack, but defensively they're going to concede.
I think we've got to understand this, right? Arteta's his thing is built on defence. That's facts. That's what he's done this season. He's built on being hard. First and foremost, it's very difficult to beat. So even in the games we've lost this season, think about it. Yeah, the one at Anfield, an absolute worldie to break down Arsenal, and the other one was a last second defeat. He's got a team there. He's built that where it's very, very. Last season we only lost about 4. We drew too many.
Last season it wasn't an issue.
So
our issue was we were drawing too much last season.
Yeah, because of the attack. Now he's strengthened those things. I can't put that solely on him yesterday because to me he's brought attacking players on. Those players have not done their job. They have not, and it's not just. I feel a bit actually bad to blame the players that have come on because it's always difficult to come on and just make an impact when you've only got, like you said, 15, 25 minutes, right? The guys who played from the start, the intensity weren't there. They weren't, like, honestly, what I saw at Bournemouth, what I saw at Villa is not what I saw
When did they play Bournemouth?
They played Bournemouth at the weekend.
What day?
Saturday, wasn't it?
And when did they play yesterday?
Thursday.
Right, and so they're knackered.
I don't even say it's
Maybe they're training
I don't
too
even
hard
think it's
then,
I don't think it's a knackered thing. I just think it was just like
They had enough rest for that game, like, you know what I mean?
it was like a mental fatigue. I don't know. They were just like a mental fatigue. Like you just played so many games, and I don't know. They were just flat.
I think they
It
balled
was
it.
just like I said. You get those games sometimes where just for some reason nobody can work it out. It's just like what I was like. I'm looking at Rice. I'm like. Declan.
Do you boys think? Because do you know that's 4 games?
That's
4 games against Slot. Arteta hasn't beaten him either in 4 games.
Yeah.
I think sometimes that when you're on the bench,
And they've got similar styles, isn't it?
similar,
Them two,
yeah.
innit?
When you're on the bench for Arsenal, I think sometimes you're a little bit out of it too much, and then when you get thrown in, it's almost like you're not ready to perform. Like Eze at the moment's like a bit of a forgotten man. Even when he comes on, it's like, wow, he's coming on. You're surprised. Nani scored 2 at Bruges, hardly kicked a ball since. Ethan's just, well, I mean, he's gone, isn't he? He's, he's going to end up on loan. Lewis Skelly looks shot to pieces. I mean, he got ripped up last night, to be fair.
That's the thing, you can't blame the manager there. He was genuinely
he got
poor.
ripped up. But this was a guy that was starting for England 6 months ago. Now, people were saying last night he might need to go out on loan.
Third choice now.
Third choice. Ethan and him were like, yo, these two are going to be superstars. Now, could both end up on loan. I just think he's got to pick, I think over the next few weeks, with us playing Kairat and Inter, we're pretty much through in the Champions League. You've got Portsmouth. Take Rice out, give people a little break now, to say, have a little time to gather yourself and then go again.
Well, actually, that's what I want to ask you guys. Obviously, we've got the game this weekend, FA Cup, Portsmouth. What do wholesale changes for that? Wholesale, complete. Because remember,
Put Nicholas Jover in charge.
he's your mate.
Your Dubai hotel, mate.
Right? Because we've also got that game next week, Wednesday, semi-final of the Carabao Cup. Then we away at Forest.
Difficult.
Then
So
Chelsea,
what do you and how many changes can he actually make?
As many as possible against Portsmouth.
Nkapé went off yesterday. He looks like he's out for a bit.
Be nice to see Havertz. I think obviously he wasn't on the bench again last night, but Arteta said in his presser that he's training. He's fully back in training now. I wouldn't start him, but it'd be nice to see him. Obviously, if he can get minutes against Portsmouth, he's then on the bench for Forest, and then maybe the game after that we've got Havertz back.
To
I think
me,
that's crucial right now.
Rice, I don't want to see it.
Not
Yeah,
even
so
on the
games.
bench. No.
Saka shouldn't be at Portsmouth. Who else?
Even centre back, we're a bit short, aren't we? So I don't
Yeah,
know how we would
I
do
don't
it.
really want Jesus or
Timber.
Saliba
I don't want to see
or
Timber.
Timber.
Yeah, you
there
can play
either.
Ben White,
But he
we're
might have
short
no
of
choice.
Defenders,
we're short.
Kepa in goal. You give Norgard a game.
Maybe Salmon.
Eze
Where would you play? Because you don't really want Zubamendi playing in that game either, do you?
Norgard plays midfield.
Norgard,
So
Marino.
who's the centre back?
You might end up having to play, unless you can trust Salmon. I don't know.
It's Portsmouth. You've got to trust him.
Hopefully,
Championship,
Mosquera will be back.
Yeah.
Right? He's training, isn't he? So
Oh yeah, there's
I'd
Mosquera. But
put
from the
him in.
start,
Is he ready?
Yeah. In place of one. Like for me, like Gabriel or Saliba's probably got to play one of them, and then the next one against Chelsea they don't play.
Maybe you could play Josh Nichols right back and move Ben White to centre.
that's a shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon you
That's
can
a shout.
keep that solidarity.
Because to me,
centre back.
honestly, I don't want to see really any of those main guys. The next two games after that are too important. And then I look on it and I say, right, what I'd say to those players that come in for that FA Cup game, I'll be like, right, Eze, Ben White, who else am I looking at? Noni Madueke, Martinelli, Jesus. You guys go, whoever puts in a brilliant performance
Wanyeri.
Whoever puts in a brilliant performance in that game, you could possibly start against Chelsea.
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
Right? Because also in Chelsea, I feel we're going to have to rotate.
Yeah.
Because
A little bit, yeah.
that Forest game's big.
Yeah.
Do you know what's interesting? If Wanyeri's going on loan, the loan
we play
team
him?
would probably say, I don't want him cup
In the
tied.
cup,
So if he's not in the squad, you know he's going.
Yeah.
Ethan.
Yeah, but then I'd want him to play.
But I'm just thinking, if he's
If Arsenal
going
lost on Sunday, would you be bothered?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, you would. I mean, I wouldn't be as bothered. I'd be more.
So you got
I'd be
Chelsea-
more bothered about the Carabao Cup if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you.
Chelsea,
because we're in the
we're
semis.
close. Yeah, that's my.
I think when you haven't been winning trophies, you're not in a position.
No, I don't want to. You're right. I don't want to throw away.
I know
but
what you're saying.
It's at the beginning of the track, so you can. What I'm saying is, for the game against Portsmouth, you can rest as many as you want. But for the Chelsea game, you've got to be a little bit more
you
cautious
gotta
with it
be,
because we're in the semi.
And then you're going to be
agree
playing
with
a Chelsea team that's going to be that manager's first home game, isn't it? So he ain't going to, their new manager ain't going to want to lose that game. He's going to want to they'll go very strong in that game, I feel.
Yeah, they will.
They'll go very, very strong. That's something that he'll be looking at targeting to try and win that.
I'll give you a question. Right, in 1998, we won the double. We lost in the semi-final of the League Cup. Do you know who it was to?
Chelsea.
Otherwise, we'd have won could have won the. They played I think it's Middlesbrough. They played in the final. Or was it? Well, we lost to Middlesbrough. I can't remember. Like one of the things. Might have lost to Middlesbrough.
I think Sunday, man. I hear you. I don't want to throw that game away. I want to win it, and I think we. Listen,
I want to win it with a squad.
Portsmouth down near the bottom
I
of the
want to win it with a squad.
They are, yeah.
They make changes as well, by the way.
Yeah, because they're trying to stay
They
up.
make changes as well because it's more important that they stay up as well. So they're in a battle to stay up. So they make changes as well. What the other biggest worry is if the weather don't improve, their game last week was called off.
Yeah.
So that would put us in a real pickle if that would still happen.
Do you know what? Can I say something? I think this kind of heated debate we've had today is a massive positive about the club. Because we're now fuming that we're drawing 0-0 with Liverpool at home.
Oh, without
So I
doubt,
think that's actually a sign of progression. We're going, how did we not beat them? So I think we got to look.
I'd say he just moans a lot. You know what I mean?
Oh, really? No, do you know what though? Well, the whole time I was thinking, Robbie, just say something about Arteta.
No,
40 minutes in, you haven't said one bad thing about
Arteta. Won't let him.
No,
Listen.
Nearly the 30th
In
minute,
my,
you know what I mean?
in my player ratings last.
He wants to get in the old press conference, doesn't he? Like,
That was- I
yes,
was-
Mikel.
You can get in there anyway, mate.
Let me
Don't
tell you
worry.
something here, right? Since I've
Hold on, who was in the box last night? Was it
Exactly,
who was in the box
hospitality
last
judge.
night?
That was the right place to be, mate, with that weather. You know what I mean? Don't blame it.
Let
You
me
needed
tell you
a few
something here.
drinks to watch
Mikel's
that.
gonna get kicked out.
In the 12 years I've been doing AFTV, right, apart from when we were on tour in the summer, I've never been. One time I was in an Arsenal press conference,
Yeah.
right? One time. I've never been invited, bro. I know, you know what I mean? I'm not doing anything for no Arteta or for no Arsenal, right? I'm doing it because I try to be fair in my thing. And I just looked at last night and I'm like, I'm looking around at these players, man. I'm like, yo, what's this?
Yeah.
And I'm sure that guy, that Arteta, when he's doing his debrief today, he ain't going to be happy with what he saw last night. I wouldn't be. Well, if he's happy with that, then we should be worried.
Do you think he'll have a word with Martinelli?
I think he'll have a word. Oh, Martinelli.
I wanted to say, I got my guy right here.
Put that down.
Guys. All I want to say,
Let him talk.
was he poor last night? Yes. Did he have a good game last night? No. But all I want to say is that Gary Neville. If you see this Gary Neville, bro, what are you doing, bro? I've seen you kick Reyes off the pitch. I've seen you do loads of stuff, Gary Neville. And you want to go on TV and say that you want one of the Liverpool players to batter a 24-year-old for rolling someone off the pitch, who rolled back onto the pitch himself. I was fuming, and I'm even more fuming at this guy for apologising, because apologise to Conor Bradley in private. You don't need to put it on social media. We don't need to see that. Hold your ground, Martinelli, mate. Hold your ground. The only thing I'm angry about is that I've seen Sadio Mane elbow Tierney in the face. I didn't get no apology for that. I've seen Van Dijk stamp on Havertz off the ball. Where was the apology for that? Where are those apologies? As soon as an Arsenal player pushes someone off the pitch, you got Gary Neville saying...
Maxine Lacroix last season, remember?
Exactly.
Same thing.
You got Jesus getting sexually assaulted by a Wolves player, getting his bum grabbed. I didn't see no apologies for that. And I'm being serious. Like, Martinelli's getting now he's got. I'm sure his Instagram comments are filled with God knows abuse. I'm sure even our fans were getting on our own fans, and I get it. If there's a player injured on the pitch,
these two again.
you shouldn't push him off.
This is you saying, isn't it?
But it's a fact. It's an absolute
I
fact.
made
It's
my
an
point.
absolute fact that Conor Bradley put himself back on the pitch. It's a fact.
Yeah.
If his leg was broken and snapped in half, Martinelli wouldn't have pushed him. All Martinelli's seen is it's 0-0, the game's nearly finished, and he's seen the player crawl back onto the pitch. So his first thought is obviously
Being
well,
told by Sabosgate to do it as well.
yeah, if you're that injured, you wouldn't crawl back on the pitch. That's obviously in Martinelli's thoughts. Should he have done it? No, I'm not saying he should have done it. But the whole outrage about him doing it is crazy. And the fact you've got a pundit, an ex-player, who's just as bad at kicking and being a little rat on the pitch, Gary Neville, is going on there saying that Liverpool fans should batter him, heaping it on. He's then done a podcast after the game and said Martinelli's a disgrace. The club should intervene with him. He needs a public apology. For what? For what? Big up Martinelli, man. I hope you push him harder next time. Go on, Martinelli. Stand
Do
up.
you know what? The only thing I agree with is the Gary Neville thing. Him and Roy Keane. Roy Keane ended Haaland's dad's career. Do you know what I mean? So that was a bit deliberately. But that was a revenge mission, innit? He says. But anyway, forget that. I'll be honest, man. I don't agree. I thought Martinelli let himself down, man. I just thought, and I know people say. He jumps in the air, he lands awkwardly. It looked like a bad one. I get your point, yeah, maybe is he rolling back on the pitch and trying to time waste this, that, the other. It's not down to Martinelli to referee the game. And when you don't know whether a player's seriously injured or not, it's not your responsibility to... He threw the ball at him, then he tried to shove him with his leg, then he pushed him off the pitch. So what if we hear today that he's done his ACL? What are you going to say on the next show?
Then it doesn't affect my opinion at all. I stand by everything I said, because at that point, all Martinelli sees, with hindsight, obviously, like you said, if Martinelli now sees that, oh yeah, he's done his ACL, he's going to feel bad. But in the moment, it's 88th minute or 85th minute, whatever it was, he's seen a player go down and get back onto the pitch.
He didn't actually see him.
That's it.
He actually,
he goes up for throwing,
he's turned away and then he's seen him rolling. So in his defence, Martinelli's not seen the incident and whatever. Like, the one thing that I feel where Martinelli's wrong is he's tried to push him off. He should not get involved with that, like, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah, I think he was time wasting, like, you know, and it goes on like I think he threw the ball at his. It wasn't like nasty. It was just like
dropped it.
When Haaland does it to Gabriel, it's funny.
Yeah, no, it's funny when Haaland done that. When Haaland done that, the Gary Neville's and all that, I think it's funny, like. But when it, you know, it weren't nasty, it weren't vicious, it weren't whatever. It was just being like, come on, get up, mate. Like, that's all he was doing.
For me, you're right. Listen, you are. Martinelli is wrong to do it. But the way the Fourever, it's way over the top, right? And I'm saying this, right? My thing is this. It's the players in general, all of them. They are always faking injury. I'm not saying that he faked injury.
As Slot said that to me.
But I'm saying that in football, this is why I have no sympathy for a lot of these players, right? I even saw it in the game. Martinelli faked injury in the game. Frimpong went down earlier, right?
Saka did.
Right? Frimpong went down earlier in the game. He was on the thing. He's doing, you know, all this thing, this, that.
Yeah. He kicked the floor.
Soon as it was a corner, man got up and run all the way, the whole pitch to get back in formation. These players, game after game, they're faking injury, right? So this is why these things happen, because you don't know whether a player's injured or not. I've seen players, right? The latest one I've seen players doing, which is really, this is a bad one for me. They're faking head injuries. So the ball hits them in the face or anything. They go down, they hold it because they know the referee's going to stop.
Saka did it last night.
Saka done it,
Right? Now listen, you can get a ball full flush in the face. It hurts. We've all had it, right? And you would go down. But I'm saying there's players now, they're faking injury. We've seen it so many times. So that you don't know if a player's done his ACL or if because you'll have a guy rolling around. Yeah. Half of the time when they're just on the ground and they've not moved, that's normally the time when they are properly injured. But most of the time when they're rolling around, and why do you think they brought in that rule that now when you get injured, you have to go off the pitch for 30 seconds? The reason they brought that in because they recognise that so many players do it to slow the game down, to kill momentum in games, right? That they said, right, you know, if you come off for 30 seconds, you're going to think twice about doing it. And how many players have we seen, even in the game last night and this season, how many times do we see players go down and as soon as the referee says, right, I'm going to get the trainer on, up they get. They're all right again.
You know what?
Too many of them fake injury, and this is the consequence of it last night, where Martinelli's thinking to himself, you ain't injured. I see you rolling back on the pitch, get off.
Do you know the thing I was just saying though, is all them situations you just spoke about, and I agree with you, none of those players were injured. They were wrong, but they were during the game. If that happened to an Arsenal player and a Liverpool player was pushing them, I think they'd be outraged.
It's happened to an Arsenal player. Maxime Lacroix did it when Arsenal played Palace, innit? Yeah. He's the same sort of thing. Where he was pushing, was it Saka? He pushed him off the pitch.
Hamstring injury.
Yeah. Pushed him off the pitch. Get on, it's happened.
I'll tell you what, he was out for 5 months.
Palace.
Yeah, remember?
Saka was out for 5 months. There weren't nowhere near the outrage as what's been for this one. All I hope is that Conor Bailey is a young kid and all that, and I just hope and pray that he hasn't got an injury, like, you know.
But if he has got an injury, it weren't Martinelli's. Who
it's just
gave him the injury. And to me, like you said, Jack, he's apologised. So what? Move on.
I will say that the worst.
Didn't have to apologise.
Those injuries are the worst ones when there's no one about as well. Like, you know what I mean? If he has done his ACL,
we hope he ain't.
You know,
we hope he hasn't. But too many players, and I'm not saying. Obviously, he hasn't yesterday, and that's what caused the Ferrari, right? Because he hasn't faked. But
nor did Saka.
Many players in games, right? And I'm not just saying Arsenal players do it, Liverpool players do it, United, Chelsea, everyone fake it. How many times have we seen Mourinho go down?
Mate,
ain't nothing wrong with him, bro. Nothing, right? Too many of them do it, and this is the consequence. This is what happens when people keep faking injuries all the time.
I agree.
Wirtz did it. I remember Gabriel trying to pick Wirtz up.
Pulling his shirt off his head,
and he's like flopping back down like this. You're
like they've been dead.
Up, man. Like,
you know what I mean?
But it's true, we do it as well. Mourinho
these rugby players must look at players who play football and think, my God, man, I wish I was a footballer. You know what I mean? Like, these guys, they don't get nowhere near the knocks those guys get.
Do you know when I was younger, like, it's a long time ago, like, you know what I mean, when I was growing up and being coached and all that, manager always used to say to me, do not show him you're hurt. Do not show him a weakness. Now it's like they don't mind.
Show him you're hurt.
Show him you're hurt.
It's the opposite.
I mean, it's so
Then all these players screaming,
He's never like, you know, if you are hurt, go down a couple of minutes later. Don't show a sign of weakness. But now it's like it's just done.
It's the opposite, isn't it?
For the game at the weekend, we've got to get predictions in. Did you see Kenya's?
I actually didn't see Kenya's predictions. That's my
We
bad.
should go 5-0.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, Kenya.
But you wouldn't have gone 0-0. Let's be
wouldn't have gone
honest,
0-0.
would you? No
I
one.
was thinking that.
Right, what are you going for this one? Portsmouth.
This one.
Harder to predict this one.
Yeah,
because
it's
you
gonna
don't
be-
know
We
what
all got it wrong. We all went for a win, didn't we?
Yeah, we all got it
Arsenal win.
wrong.
I would have. I don't know. It could be that one. Actually, could be a 5-0 or a 0. Like I don't know. You know what? I'll go. You know what I'm going for.
I know what you're going for.
Going for judges. He was going for it as well.
I was going to go for it.
2-0 judges. We're going for it. 2-0. Why not? Safe and steady.
You know, horrible, isn't it?
Now you've
back
got to
already
gamble
and won,
now,
you
aren't you?
Go on, Lee.
Do you know what? I just don't know what this team's going to be like with the what's 4-0.
Oh, it's
You're next, aren't you? Yeah.
3-1.
3-1. You're giving him a goal. I'll go 3-0.
3-0.
3-0. Yeah.
Okay. Comments?
Oh, yeah, I got one question before we do comments. Portsmouth, championship team. Gyökeres starts 90 minutes. How many goals does he score?
Well, he ain't gonna start.
I'm just asking, if Gyökeres starts 90 minutes, how many goals?
I reckon
At the moment, there's no guarantee.
Oh,
he might not have a
I
shot.
think they've got to start.
Just asking.
I'd start him. He's got to start. But they probably you've got to give Jesus game, haven't you?
I agree.
He
I'm
won't
not
start.
sure he'll play, but I'm saying if Gyökeres starts at 90 minutes, how many goals does he score? Championship team.
2.
You think he gets braced? You're confident?
No.
You'd
I'm not
back
sure
him to
he
get
does.
2.
I felt, well,
1.
yeah.
You'd back him to get 1.
By the way, I'm going to say something on Gyökeres because I've defended him a lot. I was in favour of that deal. Whether it's the manager, the system, or
No,
him,
it's not the manager,
that is
it's the
not.
player.
No, it can't be the manager.
Can't be the manager.
But no, it's the fireworks. They were too bright. You know? Yeah. It's the rain. That deal is not working. You know, we're in January now and we're going our main signing. I think he scored 1 in 10, a penalty against Everton.
Cool.
You know, I think we're going to need another striker in the summer. I'll be honest.
We should get another striker now.
Well, I don't think the money will be there.
The
will
Havertz is coming back anyway.
Havertz is
I don't think
you know
that's
what I
the
mean.
answer, but
So you know,
You
King
love
Kai,
Havertz,
King
don't
Kai, King Kai's coming to save our season.
Remember
King
he
Kai, come and
used to
save
slag him off as
Arteta.
well.
yeah, I know.
He used to be like, right, he used to slag off Havertz.
Who did?
You.
Oh, you're no, I've never said. No, you know that.
You're
Kurt.
a fan of King Kai.
I'm a King Kai fan, like, you know what I
You
mean?
know what? I'm sure I'll be able to find a video
Find a
with
clip.
you tearing into Havertz. So I'll bet you. I'll find it by the next show.
Oh,
mate.
yeah, right. Ryan, we'll get Ryan, you're on overtime this week. Try and find it.
I'll find something, man.
That
You know what I mean?
United, you know where you'll find it? That United Cup game in that white kit. You see where Havertz
He
had
missed
the
a
shocker.
sitter, didn't he?
I
And
bet
the
you can
penalty.
find something there.
Go and
Hey,
get
yeah,
the
by
fan
the
cup.
way, you know what? It's a Arsenal. It's a wonderful cause.
Oh, yeah.
Right, but thank you. that I didn't want to see that all white kit
Nah,
again.
nah.
That kit. Every time we play in that thing, man.
Forest.
We lose.
Right, so it's the cause and everything around it.
Brilliant.
I am so behind it. It is brilliant. But I'm glad that they've decided this year they're just going to wear red and white.
Can I change the subject quickly? Make it a little bit light-hearted.
on.
Right. What do we think of Cupgate?
Cupgate.
Thomas Frank drinking out of the Arsenal cup. Come on, he can't get that better. I've got mates, I've got Spurs
unbelievable,
mates,
isn't it?
right? And I say genuinely, Spurs mates that will not wear red, right? They will not wear red. Like, I don't. It's not so bad for us, but red's a very potent colour, so they won't wear red. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but for their manager to drink out of an Arsenal cup, come on. The gift that
That's
keeps
the
on
moment
giving.
of the week,
The
innit?
gift that
You know,
keeps on
for
giving.
me,
Tottenham Hotspur.
There's obviously.
What's going? You want to get sacked?
I feel what it is, right. There's obviously like someone who works because even when we was down at the weekend at Bournemouth, I met a couple of people there that are like stewards and that. They're Arsenal fans. Now I'm thinking maybe it's one of them. They've deliberately left a couple of them cups in the Tottenham change, not thinking he's going to pick it up, but just on the wind-up sort of thing.
Yeah.
But how's he picked that
He's
up?
like-
And
he's a
how's
liar.
nobody spotted that to say to him, yo, you've got a
He came out and said, I would never be so stupid. I never saw it. I'm sorry, but if that just...
I couldn't have seen
Even
it.
the
Oh, he's
angle was
definitely seen
perfect,
it.
wasn't it? Of the
Yeah,
badge.
definitely.
Like,
It's-
I saw it. I thought it was.
It's a gift.
I thought it was AI.
yeah.
I was like, it can't be like.
He's definitely
And
seen
you
it.
lose the game as well. Oh,
If you got up to a coffee, if say if it was on this table, if the cup was there, the badge was covering the whole cup. There's no way he's just gone like this and just gone.
no, it's a small cup.
Yeah,
He's definitely
He,
seen
wa- he
that
wants
badge,
paying
man.
up, man. He's doing the hammering, like just paying
just
me
get
up.
me out, yeah.
Get me out of
Take the
here, man.
payout.
The guy took that photo, well done as well, right? And then at the end of the game, the meltdown with the
Players are arguing with the
I
fans.
thought they loved Mickey van der Ven. These guys all want to fight them all.
Well, he came out today and was it Matt Law, who's quite a reliable journalist, and said that Van der Ven's seriously thinking about his future. So
You see Romero
Need another
calling out
celebration.
the
Romero
owners and then
said, well,
edited it after and changed it.
But all he edited out is that they tell lies.
Yeah.
He left everything else in about people not coming to face up. You're the captain.
Yeah.
Nah, it's great to see them in meltdown.
On the players, really, that game, don't you think? Like,
Not the manager. Not the manager. Can't
I
be the
can't blame Frank.
It's not, he didn't play, did he?
Well, listen, I think when you've been, I think when you've been doing it all season, right, you know. No, but you know what? Actually
He's
when
not on
you-
hammering.
No, it's
Actually,
fine,
when you
mate.
look at them, their style of play is just pure defence, which they were all at the start of the season saying they loved.
Well, they loved it at Hong Kong, didn't they?
Yeah, they were saying, listen, it's
we're
this,
tight now.
I mean, you saw how we played against PSG and all that. Remember that?
Yeah.
But you can't play like that every week. You've got to have a bit of attacking intent, right? And, you know, but, yeah. So, prediction. So, we've all done our
it.
predictions.
Well done,
haven't we?
prediction, yeah.
Comments.
Comments.
I'm hoping as well that Transfer Daily pull Sutton out for us, man.
Well,
You know
listen,
what I
we're
mean?
getting heavily linked with this Mark Gay thing, right? And I think there is something in that. But whether it would get, I think with Mark Gay, why would you want to leave this January when you can leave in the summer?
For nothing. Get all the money yourself.
Yeah, you can get a big signing on clause. Why would you?
Yeah,
But if he does leave,
probably be sick.
Arsenal might be in the conversation. They want
Yeah.
him. They want him.
Yeah.
Now it's all. Remember when we played them?
He didn't celebrate.
He didn't
did
celebrate
And then he
his
was all
goal, he was-
laughing with Saka
Yeah.
and them after the game.
Would that be a good signing for you?
Great signing. Great
Can he
signing.
play up front?
Well, you know, Mikel Arteta likes a defender.
We don't go forward anyway.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he goes back, that's all right.
Daniel Augustin said the Don flexing his muscles and releasing Maduro from the US to ensure Big C gets to the pod. I didn't even realise he was wearing that tracksuit when he got caught by Trump.
What, the same tracksuit you had
The
on?
same grey tracksuit. You know, you get the Christmas present,
Yeah.
you go, yeah, let me wear it. And everyone's slagging me off saying Venezuelan president was wearing it.
Amber Hicks, AFC, says this show has reached new heights since the format and the team change. Always top tier entertainment. Love it. Big up to you.
Brilliant.
I think the three new members that have come in have done all right, innit?
And all right, yeah, the old boy's
lot,
a bit,
yeah.
you know what I mean, he's hanging on
Past
a
it,
bit.
I never knew it was called the Mikel Forever. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Forever Mikel show.
Forever Mikel.
Forever Mikel. That's why they've put the Henri poster
Yeah, I know,
on.
yeah.
They're going to get the
Thrown everything.
Mikel ones going
Arsene
up.
Wenger's book, I'll see it out in the bin. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh dear.
You got
Brilliant.
You go on, Lee.
I've got one, yeah. From Chris Salugan, 6241. Not happy with you, I can tell you that now, like, you know. Thank you very much for everybody that's been asking about. I've had people sending me messages, what I can do, go and see and everything, and been very, very nice. So thank you for
About
everyone for sending me about me back.
Are you back?
Yeah. But this one here, from Chris, no disrespect, there's too much talk about Lee's back pain. We want to hear about the football. Sorry, like, you know what I mean?
I love that.
Do you know what, Chris? Up yours!
Yeah, you can't talk to the people.
Oh, look what we got here. Look,
Hey,
Hey, Robbie.
Get into it.
Merry Christmas!
I like that.
This is dream present. Don Mikel.
Don Mikel.
Listen, you need to win the title.
Herbert Chapman.
You're gonna come for me.
We got one more here from Jules that says, no Jack this week. which means no Gyökeres slander. Don Robbie put him back in his box for this week. We need to calm him down. So I'm back.
And he didn't actually have a go at Gyökeres when really this is the week when you could.
I was going to say,
because he was poor, man.
Yeah.
So what you're telling me, Jules, is I did a podcast. There was another podcast done without me, and now I'm back on another one. And Gyökeres still ain't scored a goal. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm racking up appearances. Gyökeres is going to start getting a goal.
Nah, not a shot. No.
He's having a tough time, man.
But yeah, I'm
still on the service thing though, man. How many balls did we?
How many balls did we put in the box and he weren't there? You know what I mean?
No, Mikel was telling him to get back.
Yeah.
No, but you know what? Even the ball that got put in the box, I watched
Stay there, Mick. Stay there. Stay there.
Stay there, Victor.
Victor, centre half.
Didn't sign you here to score, mate.
Actually,
You're
watched
here
that
to
back. He was
defend.
nowhere near it, but Jesus was even further.
No,
back
I know.
than
That was even the better ball, that one, by the way.
Yeah, because the one that got hit in it was a great ball in the box, but it was way too much power on it, to be fair, for anyone to get on the end of it.
But you expect that from Jesus because his game is dropping back and stuff.
Yeah,
Gyökeres'
I
whole
wanna
thing is
see-
to stand in the box and he's not doing it. So
I just don't see us play anything in behind for him. The only time we did that was the other day at Bournemouth, and he created a little bit of havoc that led to that.
He was let down by everybody else in the attacking.
Can we start? We need to start.
I think if you really
Otherwise,
look
there's no
at it,
point in having him, is there?
and hindsight's a wonderful thing, but if you look at the top goal scorer in Europe for 2 years, we didn't really have much competition to get him. Which tells you a lot of clubs must have looked and said, there's something about his game that's limited.
I'll tell you
No,
who
but
does
Atletico
look
wanted
good, the
him.
one from Brentford,
Oh,
Thiago.
Oh my God, yeah.
God.
Can't
But
stop
then
scoring.
again, with Igor Thiago, if you look at he scored a hat trick the other day. Look at his
yeah,
goal.
he's a
through
meat-
Every
balls.
single
he's a meat you.
yeah, but
he-
everyone
be a
again,
one-off.
again's in behind. When have we played anything like
Yeah,
that?
but teams
They
don't
sit
play
back
that
again.
against us. They're playing low blocks against us. He's not. There isn't that space behind for him to attack. You know what I mean? I don't know. It is for the first time yesterday. It's become a worry for me,
It's a problem.
Yeah.
It's
It's
a
a
big
problem.
problem.
which
Anyway.
I'm sure Mikel will solve.
It's for Mikel to try and work that problem out. You know what I mean? But don't worry, Mikel. All I know, Mikel, is that if you do win the league, right, you will be looking at a guy who said you've got no chance of winning it.
I never said that. That's unbelievable.
You know? Let's see. Hopefully you get it done. Or this picture might not be in. Anyway, guys, thank you very much, man. Thanks everybody for watching the show. Don't forget, we'll be back on Monday after the FA Cup. Lots to look forward to next week because, of course, we've got that Carabao Cup semi-final and then another huge game against Nottingham Forest. And if I'm all right, City have got
Newcastle. in the
United,
semi-final.
innit?
Man United on the weekend.
Kickoff, so
Yeah.
they go before, so they could be 3 points behind us.
they've got a tough weekend.
3
They've got a
points
tough
behind us before we go to Forest.
Fingers crossed.
As it stands,
Oh,
though, we're 6.
I reckon United can do something against them.
United, yeah.
Yeah. Let's hope so, because
Get Ollie at the wheel. Ollie at the wheel vibes.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on Monday.